Yes, boys! And it's your boy, it's the Ashman, and it's the working man's road to glory. Guys, it is episode 17. Can you believe that? 17 episodes now. I just can't believe. I have to keep pinching myself every day that I'm still doing it at this point and that I'm getting a bit of love, a lot of love from you all. So thank you very much. Today, honestly, there isn't an awful lot to go through, is there? Obviously, Champions League, got semi-finals, etc. going on this week, going into the Premier League, etc. and European leagues going into weekend. So there's not an awful lot I can go through. So really, as the title of the video suggests, we're just going to talk more about investments. We all probably know what's happening now. All the European leagues are coming to the end within the next, 4 to 5 weeks. Once they come to the end, it will be the other leagues, which obviously we're America, etc., that we've gone into. It's really about prepping and getting ready. Obviously, we want a bit of fun. Not take it too serious this summer. For me, it's more about just recruitment, and guess what? Recruitment. Yeah, I do want to enter a couple of leagues. I do want to try and win as many rewards, but really, it's setting it up. We all know, we all love the European leagues. That's what vast majority of people watch, are into. And as I say, I mean, that's really my heart and bread and butter. That's where it's always going to be. But that's not to say like I won't love other leagues and start watching them. It's just that's not my pride and my glory. So I'm really just going to be looking for recruitment over the next coming months, specifically players that maybe got long-term injuries again, players that are potentially going to be transferred, moved across from further leagues into the high domestic leagues. So really it's just capitalising on cost. And being a bit smart, doing a lot of research over the next 2 to 3 months. So if you guys have any information yourself on who you should be buying, or what I should be buying in fact, or what leagues I should be getting into, anything you hear off the grapevine of, oh, he's moving there or he's moving there, etc., let me know in the comments. Obviously we'll go ahead, we'll have a look at them. I might be putting another £500 into the game, but not to enter a specific league. £500 just for investing specifically maybe on goalkeepers, defenders, as I say. Just going and buying high-rated players at low-rated cost because of the crash. I think we're going to have another crash within the next 4 to 5 weeks. I think that's when it's going to be. In the next 4 to 6 weeks is where I predict it's going to be at its absolute lowest. Just going by historically in the map and the data that I see on Sorare data. So really, that's where I'm going to be trying to buy everyone at the absolute cheapest. Maybe spend anywhere from £300 to £500 just on investing, and then when it comes to August, September, them particular players I'll just go ahead and actually sell and try and get as much money as possible. Within a month of selling them players, as you all know yourself, when all the seasons start, August, September, within 4 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, all them players all crash slightly and reduce. So if I can buy now, sell at a really high price, and then 2 to 4 weeks after all them seasons start and they crash, just go and pick up the players that I want, but now I'll have a lot of funds to do it with. So just trying to be really smart and obviously capitalising on the 3 odd grand that I could potentially make in the coming months. But moving forwards, let's just quickly kick off the video as always. If it is your first time ever joining this video or looking at it, amazing. All you need to do is, if you are new to Sorare and you want to jump in, you can use my link if you want. Everyone gets one. You can use mine. That would be very helpful if you could. It's right here, sorare.com/r/ashman88. Click the link, go to market, buy 5 players. Any 5 players you want, and you could potentially win yourself a tier 3, tier 2, a tier 1, or a beautiful all-star. Any limited card. If you get one, I get one. We help each other out. Jobs are good. Alright, so, and if you're not, and you're a regular viewer, you know who you are. I love you all. One of the lads did say to me in the last video I did put up, just simply onto the fact that, I think it was something on the lines of, help this man get his, what was it exactly? Yeah, come on people, give this man his 100 subs, and then congrats on the win. I did see yours as well, David Reid, about the fact that you were down on the roster, etc. So I did see your comment as well. Shout out to you, my friend, as always. But obviously for this guy here, Skoska, I want to say. Apologies, mate, if I've got that all wrong. But thank you for your encouragement there. Honestly, that's the type of stuff that I like. A bit of love for your boy, and a bit of love for me to you. 100 subs turns into 500, turns into 1,000, turns into 5,000, and a year from now, 18 months from now, we could all be in a good place. So keep it going, baby, keep it going. All right, where did we go for Teams. Alright, I've done my video now so you can tell me if I'm doing anything wrong. Did I win anything? Let's just put it straight in the hit. I'm going to get a tier 1 for common. Alisson, you know, absolutely did amazing against Everton. Obviously didn't really have anything to do. Everton just parked the bus. Got him on a couple of counters, but just parked the bus non-stop, and it was just a one-shot show. I hate teams, do you know what I mean? You're in the bottom 3, bottom 4. You don't want to be relegated. Just come out all guns blazing. I know that if you go against a team all guns blazing, you're going to get battered and you've got to sit deep, and because Liverpool play so high, you can counter them. I get that, I'm not stupid, I watch a lot of football, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know, it could have worked, but do you really want to take the chance when you're about to be possibly relegated? Just don't take the chance, just go for it. It's a derby as well, you know. So Van Dijk, monster. What's amazing is that if you look historically, I think Matip normally gets better scores than Van Dijk. I might be wrong, but just I feel like I always see Matip get higher scores. Yet Van Dijk is the boy. If you said out of the two of them, who are you going to pick? Majority of people are going to say Van Dijk. Yet on his scoring system, it's Matip, probably because Matip plays very similar to him, but he does actually drive a little bit more forward. I'm not a Liverpool supporter, guys. Because I've got good Liverpool players in here, I've just been watching a lot of Liverpool ones. It's going to be a bit of a weird one for me though, because I said I'm been with my missus now for nearly 11 years. She's a Geordie. I've been living in here for nearly 8 years now. So I'm basically a Newcastle supporter in the Premier League, Hull City supporter in the Championship, and I believe on the Saturday 12:30, so we've got Liverpool v Newcastle. Obviously, I want my boys to do well, because why not? But at the same time, I think that might be a week that I need to make sure my boys don't do well, so Newcastle come away with at least a draw or something. That would be class. Let's move on real quick. Henrik Mkhitaryan, you got 1 goal. I did say, I mean, is he a well-beaten? No, but this guy gets his goals and assists. You know, he's just good, isn't he? He is. He's hit his prime. He's in his stride. So I'll give him a run out and we paid the favour. Edin Dzeko is a hit and miss. He either gets you scores or he gets you basically no points. He had one of them games. And Lucas Biglia, I did say I was going to buy this guy. I probably will buy this guy just for I'll have to check his contract. But again, he obviously penalty conceded. Fantastic. That's what you will want to see when you put a player forward. But no, Lucas Biglia, what can I say, guys? For a 35, 36 years old, is class. But he just didn't do well. Right, let's quickly move on. All-Star Limited, Ibrahima Sissoko. I'm not even going to talk about this. He didn't start and just played the last 15, 20 minutes of the game. I put Raheem Edwards in just because his price wasn't as good as what it was a week ago to sell him. So I thought, well, I might as well try and get one more week out of him and use him. He came out with, he's alright, 47 points, nothing to be ashamed about. But again, no assist, no score, and just general all-round score wasn't fantastic. So what can I say about that? Hopefully I can sell him now this week. Oliver Bowman, 2-2. If he got one more, he would have got the deficit. He didn't, so he managed to still come away with 52. That's respectable, and for a goalkeeper, I'm kind of happy. Anything from 50 up, I'm happy with that. And these boys here, Kevin Vogt, he normally plays a lot better than this, but he was against Frankfurt, and obviously they're playing in a similar position. And Kramaric, we're not going to talk about that. The guy's a disappointment for me, yeah. All right, America, let's move on. This is where it's getting exciting now, is this, because I couldn't put a Champion Europe team in, could I? So really, all my edges were going for this. Carlos Miguel, fantastic. The smashed Orlando. Remember when I said about that I was going to get a goalkeeper? It was that, what's his face? Pedro Gales, I want to say Pedro Gales. I was going to get him, which played for Orlando, or the Red York Bulls, which was Carlos. I went for Carlos, and in the last couple of weeks he's repaid the favour, so fantastic, happy with that. Matt Hedges did well last week, he's done semi-alright this week. I'm glad I didn't put him as my captain. But, and Derek Etienne didn't play the match, came on as a sub, and that's why he's got a bad score. He hasn't been playing well recently, so I see why they subbed him. Dalot and Nagby, that's probably his worst score in weeks, in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So, and even that's not a horrendous score, 45, nearly 50 points. So, respect to that, man. This guy, though, come on, boy, do you know what I mean? I invest, I'm excited, I've got a new player in my team, I've coached him well, I've given him what he needs. Diego Rubio, and how does he repay me? With niente. Nothing. Look at that. He's a striker, and I got nothing for him. So, what can I say, mate? Don't do that to me again. All right. Hopefully, lightning don't strike twice. That won't happen again. So this one, we're off. I got nothing, guys. I got nothing to tell you. I'm not going to go through all these players. In terms of the one, I've already submitted this, but if you leave some comments before tomorrow and you see I've done some mistakes, just let me know. We're going to start with the common really, really quickly. We're going to edit this, have a look, and I'm going to say use so you can see the players that I would go with. Alisson. Obviously, we're going to go with against Villarreal, semi-final, so we've already gone there. Van Dijk, we're going to play because it's Van Dijk. Nico Williams, it was really between him. I mean, to be fair, I can put loads in here. As you can see, Casemiro, we've got all these players playing games. I'm going to slowly keep it on for about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Just have a look at the players I've got in case you think I can swap one with their 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If there's anyone you think I should swap, let me know and I will swap it if you think they've got a better matchup. So I'm going to keep Nico. I'm not going to put Nico Williams, tell a lie. Trent, because Nico I don't think played in the last match. If I recall, didn't play. So Trent, Fabinho, we're going to put him in. I could play Casemiro, but he hasn't played the last couple of matches. He probably will end up playing, but against Man City, he's not going to get an awful lot of the ball. So Fabinho, I think this is a tried and tested team. And then for this one, Dzeko. Against, I mean, they might just play Dzeko and he's got a high percentage of 9.5. I'm definitely not putting Minamino and Gustavo. This chap here, he plays, he doesn't play. Let's just have a look. Gustavo. Gustavo. We'll get rid of that. All right, let's just have a quick look. Does he play or what? All right, 1 second. Let's forget about your scores. Just out of interest, what are your price? Oh, all right, okay, you're sitting about there. All right, so I know he plays. I know that, yeah, the last couple of games. All right, so he's played, but he's came on as sub or something, hasn't he? 12 minutes, yeah? 90 minutes. I mean, look at that, though. I mean, he's not a well-beater, and he's having a really bad run of form, except for these couple of games here, and then he's had a couple of DMPs. I mean, to be fair, boys, I'm thinking it's a bit of hit and miss. Edin Dzeko, though, if we have a look at his right now. Ooh. Alright, 1 second. Alright, here we go. I mean, 63 minutes, 60 minutes, 90, 89, 74, 90 minutes. Ooh, it's a tasty one, isn't it? He plays more. He always comes on as sub or starts. I'm thinking the fact that he only did 63 minutes. I mean, I don't know why I'm thinking it's a common, but, you know, I get excited over just putting anything in. Alright, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go Dzeko, and if I get it wrong, it's you guys' fault, because I'm telling you now that you have the ability, and I've captained Van Dijk. So I'm going to continue with this. You're going to put in the comments and tell me if I've made a mistake on any of that lineup there. So there's one. And then secondly, limiteds. I'm not going to bore you with it. I don't have the American players playing, Champion Europe players, I don't really have, and I've had to even put an all-star, and I may not even enter this, guys, and the reason being, I got Diego Lopez not playing, but I've got 3 goalkeepers, as you can see, and none of them are playing, so I've just put in Diego Lopez. I could put anyone in there. Ferland Mendy is playing, the only one I've got as a defender against Man City, but he hasn't played, and I don't think he'll play because he's been injured, and I heard that he did only just join in with some of the training in the last few days, in the last week, so we know he's sort of back to semi-training, but is he good enough to go against Man City? Maybe he's a sub for, you know, if they need to reassure the defence, but I don't think he's going to probably play. Casemiro is the only one I've got. He hasn't played the last couple of games, suspension, etc. But he's back. He probably will play. And then Luka Modric didn't play the last game. He was rested for this game, so no doubt he will play. But then I ain't got a striker either. So, do you think I should, before tomorrow morning, buy a couple of players, like maybe a striker, or I'm thinking it's not even worth it, is it? Because you really need to place, you need all 5 players, unless all these score 100 each or something, and play. So I've entered that team now. I don't think I'm going to end up playing it. I think I'll just put him in training, but if you think I should play him anyway, I will. So you tell me in the comments. And then just lastly, guys, just go into here, and just talking about players in general. What I want to do is have a look. As you can see, I've got a canny amount of players. I just want to talk about one thing about, you know, the video is about planning for the future. So mainly it's just about talking about the future and what should we do in the summer. So if you think now we should start looking at players, and what players to look at and what leagues, we can do that. So if I put in here something, 12 players, it really makes no difference. Let's change it up. I always say Champion Europe, let's change it up and say, well, in fact, let's just go with Bundesliga. Well, I say no, not Bundesliga, sorry, my apologies. Let's go for Eredivisie. So if we go for Eredivisie, and we're trying to think about players that we can buy in the next 2 to 3 months, seasons that have come to an end, seasons that are restarting. So all positions, let's say defender, playing 12 games. I like to always see this floor price filter. So I'm just giving you an example, and then obviously take it from there. So obviously I'm not going to be paying 420. If I was to put £500 in the game between now and August and buy 10 to 15 players, that means I want to be averaging between 50 to 25 to 50 pounds a player on average, unless I might get one player at 100 quid who's worth a couple of hundred and get 400 pounds. So we'll see how we split it, but you can see where I'm going with it. I want a player that, I've just run around here, there's 113 quid, let's get someone like him, 26 odd pounds, 28, Philip Max. So this is a player that I could click on right now. Hypothetically, I'm just choosing, as you can see, I'm just making this up as I go along. I just literally pick a player and think, alright, he's crashed in price. Let's just have a look at his sort of last 1 year. His top end price, he can go for up to £83. He's also gone up to, around 60 odd quid. He's now at only £24.87. So let's say £25. So this is a player. Does he play often? Does he score, etc.? If we have a look, he's a 50-50, isn't he? You know what I mean? He obviously doesn't play it all the time, but he plays the vast majority of games. He has been playing semi-decent, if you look at here, a couple of blinders. So, it could be that he's injured or something, but that's why he's dropped down. But this is the type of guy I'm talking about. He's only 28. It'll be 29 for when the match starts. Eredivisie, it's something I could get into if I want to sell and players or get into the league. Another player here, again, let's just go to another one, £27.32, Bruno's Martinez. I was actually going to pick this guy up. I think his quality, I was actually going to pick him up months ago when we first started. Again, we just have a look at over the last year, have a look at his sort of cost. So we've seen that, obviously, when the season starts or something, nearly 100 quid. He's gone up to before £82, he's gone up to £83, he's gone up to whatever that says, about 60 quid. He's now dropped down to £27.50, 25, 30 quid. So again, there's another £50 40, 50 quid I could make on this player. So you get where I'm going with it, and that's just picking this league. So if you think there's certain leagues, what I want to do is maybe buy a handful of defenders, midfielders, strikers, and maybe 1 or 2 goalkeepers. With £500, it may seem like a lot of money, but in reality, if I'm spending 60 quid or 70 quid on 2 players, maybe £100 on 3 players, I then spend, for goalkeepers, hypothetically, if I just go to Eredivisie, I'm just choosing this one, goalkeeper, obviously they're going to be more than just 20, 30 quid. There's an £80 goalkeeper, £65. I'm trying to think of people that I can get for around the 50 quid, that normally goalkeepers when the season starts are going to be over 100, 150 quid. So let's just pick a couple of these players. Let's get rid of Philip Max, let's get rid of Martins Indy, and let's click on these ones. So he's in top 3, he's played, obviously he plays quite often. We have a look at his price over the last year, and let's see what we've got. I'm just looking at top end scores, prices, £133, £155, £158, £103, and 65 quid. So, and does he play? Let's have a look. Yes, he plays all the time, and he's only 30 for a goalkeeper. That's dead young. So you see where I'm going with this. I could literally buy myself 2 or 3 goalkeepers, a handful of defenders, midfielders, strikers, maybe even get 10, 15, 20 players, depending on how much I want to make in terms of profit. Or I could go for 10 proper players that will budget my whole 500 quid, but I can make £800, £1,000 in August, September, and just sell them all, and then players are specifically just for sale. So that's the avenue I want to go down. I'm going to put like £100 in, and I don't think I might just put 500 quid straight away and say, let's buy everything. I think I'm just going to wait. There's no rush. We're only in, what are we now? We're only in sort of April, 25th of April. So we've got May, June, July, and that's when this August. People might start buying players if they're smart in July, August. So really we've got June, sort of May and June, them 2 months where I feel like they'll crash at the lowest. Maybe May, June. We'll then put up to £500 in the game, buy a load of players, sell everybody, and that will help us with the next leagues. So that's where I want to go with that one. And then just to sort of finish off, guys, from me to you basically, is I also want to have a look at your teams as well. I know that we do it sometimes in the comments, and we also do it when it comes to the Discord, but I just want to see if you want me to have a look into your team. I'm quite curious. Drop in the comments on this particular video and just tell me yes or no if you want me to look into your team. All you need to do is comment with what I need to search in. I'll search in, have a look at somebody. Once I have a look, I'll go into their team. We'll spend, a bit of time. We'll have a look, find out what leagues they enter, what type of players they've got. Maybe have a look at the prices. Spend a good 10 minutes looking at that club. And if we want to do that, maybe one every 2 or 3 episodes, we'll have a look. But on the next episode, if you want me to have a look into one person's team, all you need to do is comment. If I get a handful of people, I'll just pick one. But yeah, we'll leave it as that there. So I want to look into your team next week. Let me know in the comments, have I picked the right players moving forwards for this game week coming? What players and teams and leagues I should be investing in up to £500, a handful of players and stuff. I'll get into it, I'll look into it, anything that you think could boost my team up moving forwards. And let me know if you want me to look into your stuff. So that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you very much for everyone that always watches into my videos. Thanks for all the new people just watching it. Click on that subscribe as I mentioned to you last time, and my man hit it on the nail. Let's get that 100 subs. Let's go to 200, 500, 1,000. Let's make it happen. So me to you, I love you all. Peace out. Your boy.